In society today, we are being attacked constantly with inauthentic conversations. Fakeness, trying to look cool, trying to be somebody we're not. That is why the Damn Dude podcast is here to have the authentic conversations that need to be had in a way that will make you think and say, Damn Dude.
What up, everybody? What is good? Welcome to the Damn Dude podcast.
Damn Dude.
This is a show where we have the conversations that need to be had in a way that'll make you think and say, damn, dude.
Damn, dude.
This show exists to help educate, entertain, and make an impact on the different contexts and perspectives that we have in life. Because I truly believe that the more access we have to different contexts and perspectives, the easier, cooler, smoother, and just flat out doper life is. Yeah, dig. So welcome to the show, you guys. This is season 3, episode 61, aka episode 273 in grand total. And welcome, you guys. If you're new to the show, welcome to the Fam Bam. I'm your host, California Cal, one of the cool Californians left in this state, not on some weird, tripped out political Karen, this, that sort of weird shit. So, yo. The name of the game is authenticity with this show, and that's what the fuck we talk about. And today, we're going to talk about telling your kids the truth and basically why there's such a disconnect amongst parents and their teenagers specifically, their kids in general, but specifically teenagers, and why there's a lack of loyalty, accountability, and all of that when it comes to people raising their kids. So, why are so many adults afraid to tell their kids the truth? Like, about life. You know what I mean? It's like, why are so many parents afraid to tell their kids the truth about life? I can't understand that. Because it's like telling your kids the truth is what's going to save them and help them and give them the tools and steps and guidance and everything they need in order to be dope-ass individuals and dope-ass adults and not just be the next weird fucking person just standing in line, taking up space who we really don't fucking need to be here. Like, we don't need to raise more of those people. We don't... I think it was Bill Burr, the comedian, he said something along the lines of, like, in his old stand-up, something along the lines of, there's so many people out here we could do without. Like the guy standing there in line like, I'll have, I don't know, how are your tomatoes today? It's like, we don't need that guy, bro. Like, what are you contributing to society? like, granted, everybody is God's creature. Everybody's beautiful and has something to offer. Obviously, that's just a very generalized version of looking at people in life. But, at the same time, there is a reality to it, which is like, dude, how many quality individuals are being introduced to society and being brought up to be that way versus how many people are just being raised just to be just fucking average, standard, Joe Schmo, Dunder and Mifflin the fuck out. Like, dude, like, what about the depths of life? What about the shit where we have people that actually make an impact and a difference on the communities that we live in, right? Because, like, the way I see it is, like, how we end up with these people who are just, like, to where the content of this show is too deep for them, and when we talk about these real things, they can't handle it, they get uncomfortable, they need to go and engage in, engage in all sorts of different, just weird shit, right? Like, sorry, I got a phone call, kind of throw off my train of thought. Some random ass weird numbers calling me. No, but it's like, okay, so what's the difference of when we just have these people who take up space, have no idea what the fuck they're doing in society, and are just in the way and slowing down the rest of society and life and the people who are really up to shit. So, being that everybody's life fucking matters, well, wouldn't it be better to just have the masses educated and the masses living their own lives and creating their own life and creating their own pathways? Well, I mean, I guess you can go into all the conspiracies and blah, da, 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 about how the government is this and that and all this stuff. And yes, there is an element of all that stuff that's true and real, without jumping off the edge of being a conspiracy theorist and this and that and whatever. But shit, even the word conspiracy theorist, look up where that started and the reason that word was created. It was used and created to discredit people who were really onto some shit. So anyways, that's a whole nother story for a whole nother thing. So, but that's the thing, is like, when people wake up, what are they waking up to? Right? You've got all these people brainwashed by sports and music and TV and celebrity and all these different things, right? And okay, yes, there's plenty of people brainwashed by sports and entertainment and all this shit. Absolutely. I've been one of them myself at points. And there's nothing wrong with participating in these things, but it's like by appointment only, like I talk about. Things that are not of goodness are by appointment only. Alcohol, fast food, junk food, entertainment, movies, distractions, all that shit is by appointment only. That is not the standard for daily life. That removes you from God. That removes you from your spirituality. That removes you from your family. So that's not the shit we want to do. We want to use these things to enhance our family and enhance the family dynamic. So how do we create people of substance in this world and in this society? Well, if you're a parent, it starts by telling your kids the truth. And if you're not a parent, and let's just say you're somebody who is of influence to the younger generation, if you're the older brother, sister, cousin, aunt, uncle, whatever your position is, right? Big brother, big sister, however you call it, right? Big homie, little homies, OGs, YGs, BGs, whatever, right? Like whatever your relationship is to where you have some sort of influence over the younger generation, it's up to you and I and us who have this level of awareness who engage in these types of conversations to tell our kids the truth.
Damn, dude.
And that's where it starts. So here's the thing is, why can't most parents, and why don't most parents tell their kids the truth about life? Well, in my discovery, it's because many parents have not figured out the truth about themselves. They don't know where they stand, what they stand for, who they stand for, why they stand for it, who they ride for, who they're willing to die for, what they're willing to live and die for. So once you have that intact, then you can begin to speak on behalf of the truth. And like I said, it's like, well, when people of society wake up, what are they waking up to? Right? It's like how we used to say, oh, like, man, that fool's woke as fuck. Like when it was a good thing. The word woke has been grossly taken and perverted and misused and flipped on its head, and it turned into this political thing and all that. But in its origins, it really meant, like in terms of slang like this, what it really meant was to be awake to the bullshit in society, to be awake to the bullshit narratives and things that they're feeding and all the distractions. It means you were smarter and not necessarily smarter, but more aware. You were aware of these things, so you were considered awake, right? You had woken up. You were woke. So that's what that means. So it's like if you see old things where people are like, stay woke, da da da, it didn't mean like, oh, act like an idiot about politics. No, it meant, and it didn't mean having blue hair and liberal screaming and being a fucking overly sensitive Republican or a Democrat. It didn't mean any of that stuff. What it meant was that you were awake to the lies being told in society and you lived outside of them. You're not participating in fast food and this and that and entertainment and all this shit. Like football, a football game doesn't own your life or consume you. A sports team doesn't own your life or consume you or dictate your actual happiness or level of contentment or self-satisfaction or whatever things you're proud of. Like, and it also isn't an outlet for you to full on be a man and scream at the TV and da da da. That's not being a man. It's like have your own thing you're willing to fight and die for and fucking scream about. For me, it's my family. It's my overall life purpose. It's delivering and sharing the truths that I learn amongst life and society, and to help wake people up in a good way, right? Just by telling the truth. And how, like I say a lot, it's like, dude, a whole big reason for this show and point of it is to be able to say things in ways that it's like, people are like, oh, I've only thought and felt that before, but I've never had words for that before. And to me, well, not to me, but what I've learned is that type of learning and education, to where it's like, oh shit, I've experienced that. I know what that is. I get it. And I'm gonna choose better, right? It's like, I'm gonna choose to wake the fuck up because I've felt these things, I've related to these things, and now that you put the words to it, oh, I really get it. And that type of education and learning is called transformational learning, because something that actually transforms inside of us, we now step out of the conversation new people. We're not just walking out with inspiration or motivation. We're actually walking away with a real core, something that moves you and makes you do different and be better in life. So for example, like, one of the last times I had transformational learning was over the last 2 interviews I did with Jason, with Yamamoto Boss and Ali of Solar Fuse. The conversations that I had with those two was a transformational learning experience for me. It wasn't just information, because after our conversations, I went out and I'm looking at life differently, and I'm using the lens to collect my information in a different way. So how do we get kids and society and people to fucking be cool, to like all the way, not just, oh, they're cool, they're kind of funny, they're into this or that. No, like, they're actually solid, loyal, dope ass people who we can count on to help see the vision, the plan, the ideas, and make them bigger and grow them and make them better and more real for each other. Because the people that I'm trying to fuck with are the people who are helping make the dream more real by saying, oh, you know what, dude, this is cool. All right, I could see that in this many years or in this much time, this will be this big, or this will be like this, or this will be this much better, or whatever, right? And those are the people I'm trying to fuck with, because I know the people who fuck with me, I do that for them, and they do that for me. And it's like I think of my homie Sebastian, and you guys, we're going to have an episode with him. He's going to be out next week. We're going to record a dope-ass episode. Like I mentioned before, we'll probably put it on both of our podcast platforms, the same episode. And just because it'll be powerful to do, and we haven't done anything like that yet. So, and how cool is it to have one of your fucking brothers have a fucking podcast, right? So it's like, I look at it with that. I had always been telling him, bro, you need a podcast. You need to start a fucking podcast. Like, bro, you need your own show. Like, the shit you talk about, the way you say it, you need your own show. So, I was able to push him and give him the platform to practice on my voice cracking, to practice on my podcast to help him launch his own, right? And it's like, I think that's boss shit when you and your homies and your family or whoever, you can set each other up in ways to and communicate things and paint pictures with ideas and words in ways that allow them to grow and be better and get to the next level. So it's like, I can't tell you how many times Sebastian's done that for me in things that I was creating, relationship wise, business wise, spiritually wise, whatever, right? So I look at it and it's like, okay, this is dope. Let's empower each other to get bigger, to get smarter, to challenge ourselves. And that's what the homie Jason did the other day, was like, dude, he challenged me with school. And now that's a transformational experience for me, because it's like, yo, yeah, all right, you shit on it your whole life, but are you letting school make you smarter? And it's like, fuck, all right, damn, I haven't. I've been making it make me bitter, ignorant, and egotistical. So it's like, all right, if you can tell yourself the truth, if you can tell your homies the truth, your family the truth, they can tell you the truth. Now you've got something to work with. So I think if you're just starting and you don't know what the fuck you're doing, is to start with who tells the truth. Like, that is where to begin the entire process of who to fuck with. So I will tell you the truth that you guys need to go check out Sebastian's podcast, Ignite the Spark Within, with Sebastian Hernandez. Ignite, that's Ignite, for those of you that don't know how to spell very well. I always spell Ignite, Ignight, and I realize that's incorrect. So I'm not a great speller, and I can get better. I will challenge myself, and I make it a point. So it's Ignite, Ignite, the Spark Within, with Sebastian Hernandez. Go check that out. His show is fucking deep. He's incredibly intelligent and educated, and just is a whole different type of human being. And I fully fuck with and support everything he's doing. Half the stuff he's so far ahead, I'm like, bro, I don't know what the fuck you're doing, but I trust it. Show me. Like, let's talk about it. Let's learn. Let's do this, right? So I look at that, and then I look back at, okay, well, me and the men that I've surrounded myself with and choose to spend my time with on a regular basis are men who tell the truth to not only themselves, but to each other. And the people that I seek for advice and who I would turn to for this or that or whatever, they all tell the truth. And that's one of the big things that they all have in common, is like, they tell the truth, and there's an element of loyalty that exists within their truth telling. And when you tell the truth, there's a level of loyalty that grows and exists. So if me and my knucklehead friends can manage to learn this shit without it being taught to us from the get, then that means it's fully possible to teach people this so they can get it right from the jump. Like, from the beginning, they are able to receive the truth about life. So, for example, like when my oldest son first became a teenager, like even before he was a teenager, I was telling him, I was like, dude, this is what being a teenager is like. It's not identical for everybody. It's not the same for everybody. But there are things that are universally true about being a teenager, which is shit is fucking crazy. You feel like you're fucking things up all the time. Your emotions, your thoughts, it's all confused and jumbled. What's cool, what's good, bad, right, wrong, it's all fucking comes into question. It all swirls around. It's just this combination of feeling like you're fucking everything up all the time, no matter how hard and how good you're being and how hard you're trying, you're gonna fuck shit up. And that's what I kept telling my son. I was like, bro, hey, being a teenager, to sum it up simply, my observation and memory of what it's like to be a teenager, and my observation of other people being teenagers while I was a teenager, and for me to grow up and still go back and observe teenagers, what my observation is that all totaled up, yes, you're going to have very different variables and this and that, and all these things. But for the most part, in general, what being a teenager is like is trying to do the right thing, trying to do good, and fucking everything up all the time. That's what it is.
Damn, dude.
And as he goes through, it's like, and I painted other pictures of different things, talking about sex and hormones and money and girls and friends and society and gangs and all these things, right? And it's like, and I would say, look, this is my observation of it, this is my opinion about it, and this is the truth about it. Because those are all different things. My opinion isn't the truth, it's a truth, it's my truth, it's one side of the coin. Because on the other part of that, I explained it from parts that were complete opposite of my experience in school, which were very true for other friends of mine, friends who didn't grow up in gang culture or around thugs or this or that, or who had or parental support or lack of or anything in between, right? Because we all grow up with different circumstances and parents and family and however that looks like and whatever that means to you. So I look at it and it's like, all right, well, what's built loyalty amongst like me and my friends who are really, really fucking solid? Well, the truth is the thing at first that is present, and it has to really be there. When I was younger and not and a bit more ignorant with stuff, I always thought sense of humor and slash how down you are equaled how good of a person you are, or if I fucked with you or not. And after a while, I realized, like, okay, there's some people who are just down as fuck with no sense of themselves. Then there's other people who are funny and whatever, but they're not down, they're not good people. Then it's like you got people who are down as fuck, but they're like negative to be around or whatever, or they're very ignorant about things. And it's like, everybody falls everywhere on this spectrum, right? It's not to judge, and it's not good or bad or right or wrong. It just is. And every person needs to fulfill a role or the role of the type of person that they are in society and in this lifetime. So what I realize is when you've got kids who grow up where their parents sugarcoat everything, where their parents make everything sweet, what happens when real life enters the fucking building? You know what I'm saying? It's like real life is going to beat your motherfucking ass, especially if nobody told you it's going to fucking try. Right? Like the people who don't get their ass beat by life are the people who know that it's going to. Right? So it's like I look at how many L's I took as a teenager versus my son, and I was just far more stupid. Like I was just ignorant. Yeah, he does his dumb shit, whatever. That's cool. I go for it. Like I told him also, because you're going to do dumb shit, well, when and if you go do dumb shit, be smart about it. That's it. Just be smart about everything, all the dumb shit, be smart about it. Right? Like, don't go get in trouble for no stupid, sensical reason. Like, understand you have a limited amount of how much you can be dumb or do dumb shit or act ignorant or whatever before it catches up with you and bites you in the ass. So, how I see this is like, you've got to tell your kids the truth about life and what's going on. Because life is going to suck. Life is going to get hard. Life is going to also be beautiful and pay out and be the dopest, coolest thing ever, as well as the shittiest, hardest thing ever. And those are both true. So how do you paint that picture to your kids? Well, tell them the fucking truth. You have to sit down and have conversations with them. Sit down, have dinner, sit down, have meals, sit down, go to the nature. It's like, how many parents just sit there with their kids and they're each on their phone, their tablet, their computer, whatever? Like, fuck that, dude. Like, that shit sucks. It's dumb. There's moments where that's okay. But as an overall whole, absolutely not. That shit's not okay. To go sit and have dinner, everyone's on their phone, everyone's distracted, da-da-da. It's like, it's crazy because even this day and age, it's like some people consider themselves very lucky and blessed to be able to sit there on their phones around a table with the people that they love, right? And it's like, yes, that is a blessing to have that freedom, and it's lacking and missing a lot of depth and beauty where it could be there, where you could be building family, you could be building loyalty, you could be building conversation, you could be building trust, rather than building a disconnection. And every time we sit there and we don't get into our kids' world, or we don't get into our partner's world, or our wife, our girlfriend, our husband, boyfriend, whoever the fuck, right? Like, the more we don't get in their world, the more active disconnect is happening.
Damn, dude.
And that's just real shit. It's like, that's actively happening, is that you're disconnecting. So, when parents raise kids and all of a sudden they just become teenagers and they had no fucking insight on sex, drugs, life, emotional intelligence, any of that shit, like, what do you expect? How do you expect them to act like any of that, right? It's fucking absurd. 1 second, let me write a note here. Yeah, so it's like, dude, if you're not going to talk to your kids about these things, about bullies, drugs, sex, emotional intelligence, interdependence, interpersonal dependence, interpersonal relationships, all these things, basically emotional intelligence and how you get along with people. what do you expect? There's kids who don't know how to talk on the phone. There's kids who don't know how to shake somebody's hand. There's kids who don't understand eye contact. There's kids who don't understand. And then now it's like there's full-grown men who don't know how to do this. I can't even tell you how many full-grown men I've met don't know how to shake a hand. Like, yeah, that's some old school, like Hank Hill, like sort of shit. But yo, it's real. There's something very, very real about how you shake somebody's hand. You can shake someone's hand like a dead, wet, limp fish, or you can shake someone's hand like a fucking man. Like, you can shake someone's hand with some fucking respect, right? And it's like, yeah, it's like you can shake a dude or lady's hand respectfully, and it's felt, and it's observed, and it's taken in. It's not just this fucking made up thing. It's real. The energy of it is very real. So I look at it and it's like, well, shit, how are you going to build any loyalty or accountability or trust with your younger kids, with your teenagers, or whoever? It's like you have to build loyalty through action, example, and accountability.
Damn, dude.
And if you don't work to build loyalty through action and example and accountability, then there's no accountability, example, action, or loyalty to be had. Like, why would you expect any of those things, loyalty, action, example, or accountability? Why would you expect any of them if you're not going to be the example of it and teach it and do it living through action and through accountability? Right? It's like when my youngest son, I tell him, like, dude, like, if you're going to say thank you or sorry, stop, look them in the eyes. And I don't care where we're at. We could be at fucking Costco, his school, whatever. Like, he got in trouble at school the other day and I had to come pick him up. And I told him to say sorry to his teachers, and he did. And then he kind of like looked away. I said, no, stop. Look her in her eyes and tell her sorry. You know, you can't be disrupting class like that, whatever. And it's like, yeah, he's only 4, but he's getting and he's feeling the power. But it's like, if I didn't tell him, then he just runs around going, oh, sorry. And it doesn't mean anything. It's like, no, stop. Look that person in the eyes and fucking talk like a real fucking person. Right? It's like, oh, it's not even about man up, woman up, blah, blah. I mean, to a certain extent sometimes, but it's more like, yo, just have some respect. It doesn't even have to go as far as man up, woman up, whatever. None of that shit. Just have some fucking respect. Well, how do we expect our kids to respect us if we're not going to be loyal to them enough to show them through action and example and accountability, which would be to take stock of yourself and be like, okay, I did that. I talked to them about this. I talked to them about that. I did or didn't talk about this. We did or didn't speak on this, right? Like, and those are all things. And there's things I think about randomly. I'm like, oh shit, I never told my kids this. I never shared this with them. Right? This will help them when they come this age, when they become this age, when they become this age. So that's where I look at it and I'm like, all right, I will build loyalty through action, example, and accountability by telling the motherfucking truth to my kids.
Damn, dude.
Damn, dude.
Plain and simple, tell the fucking truth. Right? And it's like, as you guys have seen, when I was going through the battle with my kids and going through the battle with all this shit, that was like about a year ago now, coming up on a year. It was in January. If you listen to any of the episodes from January, you could see I was in some fucking, in the pits of hell with a lot of different shit, accusation-wise and this and that. And I said, nah, fuck that. I will tell the truth. The truth will set me free. I don't give a fuck. Fuck that. Fuck your, people's hurt emotions are saying things and exaggerating things and making shit up and taking things to extremes and this and that. It's like, no, absolutely fuck no. Absolutely fuck that. Completely no. There's no fucking chance. There's no fucking way I'm up to this fuck shit that these upset people are trying to accuse me of, because they're actually incorrect about the majority of these things. So, and if that's my belief and my stance and whatever, then I better stand on that. Right? It's like, I'm not going to come ignorant and say, oh, no, this is whatever. But what's true is true. And what I did or did not do is what I did or did not do. And that's exactly where I'll stand on anything I've ever done or have not done, right? So, with that being said, I look at how I can build new levels of loyalty for myself. Because yes, I'm down for me. Yes, I'm down for my family. And I'm down for my people. So how do I expand and grow this for myself without such extremes? Well, something I've been learning about, and I mean, this is funny. This is one of those things I had felt and I'd taken on the practice of in different ways on my own accord. No Honda. That was a terrible joke. Sorry. Okay. Get it? Honda Accord. Ha ha ha. So funny. Okay. Anyway. I had been aware of this and I do it, but I had not had the context for this or the words, which I had read I'm reading in one of my books. It's about it's called Shamanic Alchemy or Shamanic Alchemist, but it's about shamanism and alchemy and how they relate and how it all relates to science and quantum physics and just physical practices and history and all this stuff. Excuse me, I got hiccups. And the book is by James Enderedy. That's James Enderedy. Book is fucking fire, honestly. Anyways, what it talked about, and I had just been getting present to, and I'm hearing it through different things too, which is it talks about counter practices. And I might have mentioned this in episode or self as well. Wait, that didn't even make sense. I may have mentioned this an episode or two ago as well, which is counter practices. And the way that I've summed this up is like the practice of being uncomfortable on purpose.
Damn, dude.
Okay, well, okay, fine. Yes, but why should I do that and how? Well, this doesn't mean that, like, if you don't smoke cigarettes, go start smoking cigarettes. This doesn't mean that if you don't drink alcohol, go start drinking a bunch of alcohol. This doesn't mean if you don't do drugs, to start doing drugs. This doesn't mean if you don't abuse people, to start abusing people. This is all towards a healthy sense and means. So for me, well, for example, so in the book, he talks about a counter practice that one of his teachers and his shamans was having a practice was he had a shaman in Mexico City, or he was staying in Mexico City, and he had a shaman teacher in Mexico somewhere, and he would have to take the train out of Mexico City out to the jungle or the desert, wherever they're at. And for the counter practice, the shaman, his teacher, was telling him, like, dude, you care way too much about your appearance. Like, yeah, that's good to take care of yourself. It's good to look good. It's good to have a dope appearance, dress nice, all these things. That's all good. But we think you care too much about it. So what they had him do was go practice. They gave him like traditional clothing and had him ride the bus and wear that traditional clothing every single day. And for him, he's a white dude and he's on this bus wearing traditional like shamanic Mexican clothing and riding on this thing. He's like, fuck, man, I just felt so silly, you know? Like, it was embarrassing. I'm already a white dude. I'm already a gringo, and I already get looks. So to be wearing all this traditional ceremony clothes was just, it fucked my whole mind, my whole ego, everything. He's like, but the point was to have a counter practice. It was something that was going to enhance the way that I relate to myself. And he said they took this deeper, and it got to the point where he was even like walking around a thing backwards and naked. Like, he took this whole thing, this practice so deep that he took it there. Now, that's as far as I got. I don't know what happened next, but I'm like, oh, fuck, I don't know if I would go that far, but like, I'm down to try my own versions of this. So I've been taking it on. And one thing that I've been doing purposely for counter practice is just a little backstory is like, if you guys know, and I mean, I don't know if I've really shared this all in the podcast exactly, but like over the past 2-3 years, I just gave up basically on my dress code, on my appearance. Like, I had no reason to be dressed nice. I wasn't going anywhere. I wasn't meeting anybody. I wasn't doing anything. I was just kind of in the process of like becoming a hermit or going in a cocoon, because it's like the whole reality and state of my entire life has changed in the past 3 years, like entirely. I went from, and I guess I should say 4 years now, but I went from being like familyed up, having a partner, our kids, our dog, our house, our car payment, our da-da-da-da-da-da-da, to being out on my own, figuring this shit out, living at my dad's, being homeless, getting an apartment, becoming homeless again, staying with my mom, and then now getting the place where we're at now. And it's been a hell of a fucking ride. I've had to fight for my kids. I've had to fight for my job. I've had to fight for my own personal freedom. With all the COVID bullshit and all that garbage, the fucking fake pandemic, all this stupid shit. It's like they're trying to shut down my place I work at. I fucking beat that. Then the actual place I work from, the actual facility, shut down. The city fucked a gang of us on that. Like a gang of us. They put so many of us out of our career just based on that. Granted, yeah, we should have backups, this and that, and all these things. Cool, I understand. I'm willing to take that and adapt, right? Like we talked about in the episode with Ali, Solar Fuse, is to adapt. How adaptable can you be? Because shit's going to change continuously and all the time. How adaptable can you really be? Well, you know what? I will be as adaptable as I could possibly fucking fathom. And for the past 15 years, I've rolled with the punches. I've adapted. I've transformed. I shifted. I did this. I did that. I leveled up, leveled down a step, leveled up 3, 4, 5 steps, leveled back down 2 steps, leveled back up 5 steps, leveled back down 3 steps, leveled back up 6 steps, right? And that's kind of been the process that I've been at. And I'm at now at a point where it's like, it's kind of all evening out. I've got the guidance. I've got the direction. I know exactly what the fuck I'm supposed to do. So, like I was saying, this is kind of a long detour of my point, but was with counter practices, my whole life in the last several years, 3-4 years, has just been just a shit show, a whirlwind, a fucking whole just absolute collapse and falling apart, bringing all the walls and everything down. And I claimed I wanted to unlearn everything I knew in order to relearn it all. And I think I've got to the point now where I've unlearned everything I thought I knew about life, and I'm relearning it all.
Damn, dude.
In a real major way, because it's like I'm willing to go back to school. After I record this podcast, I'm trying to find my transcripts, and then I'm following the list of what my cousin Connie told me to do, because she's the fucking like expert at this shit. And who are these fucking numbers calling me? These are so random. So she gave me the blueprint. Homie, big boss man Jason, Mr. Yamamoto Boss. Go check out his music, by the way, at Yamamoto_boss. How he laid it out for me, it was a message from God. How my cousin laid it out for me, how my girl laid it out for me. I see what my oldest son is doing, going to school and doing all this. I'm like, got it. I know exactly what the fuck to do now. And in the midst of all that, I'm declaring who the fuck I am, what I'm about, what I stand for, what I'm going to teach my kids, what I'm going to teach my community, because I am a fucking factor in this community, right? In San Diego, I am a factor. I've been very popular in many neighborhoods. I've helped thousands and thousands of kids and families. I've helped save thousands of kids' lives. I've helped provide peace of mind to thousands of families. I've made a pretty decent footprint in a lot of these communities around San Diego. Now, with the podcast that's growing and me working to establish and build my facility with my lady, have our daycare and swim facility, and to grow that, the methodologies that we've got, the way that we do it, it's absolutely fucking untouchable. And I have not seen these other companies, businesses, whatever, do shit the way that we do shit and plan and envision doing shit. So, the counter practice I've been a part of lately has just been dressing nice, combing my hair, cutting my hair off, maintaining a nice haircut. Just these different things that make me uncomfortable. I forgot what it's like to dress in dress clothes. I forgot what it's like to fucking look fly, feel good, you know? And that was something that the homie Jason said too. He's like, man, I wish motherfuckers would just dress nice again. Like, what the fuck? And I was like, man, I'd been thinking about that too. And I was like, yeah, what the fuck? Fuck yeah. Like, I forgot. I love to dress nice. I forgot. I love to look good. I love to wear my clothes, and like, my clothes are very unique. They're different from what most people wear. And it's just a random collection of all the shit I've collected, and I enjoy them, right? I've gotten rid of my whole wardrobe before. I collected a new one. It's just like, all right, I'm going to reinvent myself in this way through the means of powerful counter practices. So it's like, if I'm not used to dressing nice or fancy, I feel uncomfortable, then I'm going to dress fucking nice every day until that whole internal dialogue about myself shifts, right? Because it's like no real change is going to happen unless we change the way we relate to ourselves deep down inside. So it's like, what counter practices can you take on in order to make yourself uncomfortable on purpose?
Damn, dude.
For the means and for the matter of making yourself a bigger, better person, expand your horizons. It's like listening to new music and then finding a new genre of music and song that you like that previously you didn't like. Like for me, I'd always claimed to not like country music. And over the last, 10 years, 15 years, there's been some country songs that have penetrated my brain. And I'm like, oh, this shit's tight. I fuck with this. I get it now. And before, I was just too ignorant to allow myself to get it. It's like, well, I didn't come from this shit. Like, cowboy boots are gay. Like, that shit's whack and weird. And then now I'm like, oh, I get it. There's use. And it's like, that person doesn't give a fuck if I don't like it or not. I'm some fucking city boy. Like, what the fuck do I know, right? But it's like, okay, well, in the same world, it's like, yeah, I'm a city boy. Why are you wearing these goofy ass, like, boots and hat and whatever? But no, it's like, okay, now I get it. I see why and where and how they're used appropriately, why and how it actually makes sense, weather-wise, work-wise, comfort-wise, quality-wise, durability-wise, all these things. I get it now. And it's like, oh, okay. But that's only accessible to us if we allow ourselves to put ourselves in a place of a counter practice. Right? So it's like, if you're uncomfortable in some type of way, lean into it in a way where it's positive, safe, healthy, and fun. Like, it doesn't cost me anything to wear my nice clothes. Right? Like, it doesn't cost me anything except to consciously be like, oh, okay, put this stuff on. Like, got it. Get used to being like this. Get used to conversing with people of the public, being a people person, you know? So that's what I see and how I see it. And I think we all could engage and indulge in counter practices that are beneficial to our lives a lot easier if parents would just tell their kids the fucking truth about life, stop sugarcoating shit, and tell the real about everything. Right? It's like, why keep painting this weird, perfect world and image for your kids? It's like, no, you're going to feel sad. You're going to feel like shit. You're going to go through feeling depressed. You're going to go through feeling confident. You're going to go through feeling impressed with yourself, proud of yourself, doubting yourself. All these things, they're all normal things you're supposed to feel. So when they come up, I'm going to remind you, remember this conversation. Yo, this is what this is right now. Like, there was one time my oldest son and I were talking. He turned like, 15, 16 cents, something, and was like, dude, no, 18, whatever. But he was just saying, like, dude, this is so frustrating. Like, fuck, it just feels like all I'm doing is I'm trying so hard to do good and be a good person, and all I do is keep fucking everything up. And I stopped. I said, Nate, what did I tell you being a teenager was going to be? And he's like, stops and thinks, and he's like, fuck, like, man, you told me this is what it was going to be. That's exactly what you told me. He's like, dude, yeah, he's like, you told me it'd be fun, it'd be this, that, all these things. Yeah. But he's like, when I'm in the midst of it, it's so hard sometimes. I'm like, yes, that's why I told you before it happened the truth about this. So when it happens, you could go, oh shit, That's what you were talking about? And it's the same thing as like, as we get older and there's things that our parents told us and it takes fucking being 30 years old for it to actually make sense. You're like, oh shit, that's what they've been telling me this whole time? Fuck, dude, like I should have been paying attention. Damn, right? Or it's like, I should have applied this way earlier. But that's the thing, is we're all on our own time at our own pace. So with self-awareness and having the truth and practicing in healthy counter practices, having authentic conversations that need to be had, we set our kids up for success via the truth. That's all it was the truth. You don't have to protect them from this or that or whatever. It's all the fucking truth. So with that being said, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Have a beautiful motherfucking day. Much love. Peace.
Damn, dude.
Damn, dude.
This is season 3, episode 61. This is the Damn Dude Podcast. Please be sure to go donate to the show. Cash App at Damn Dude Podcast. Oh, no, it's money sign Damn Dude Podcast. Or you could hit the PayPal. I don't even know how that works. But anyways, go donate to the Cash App if you want to support this show. Otherwise, also go donate to We Clean Planet. Type in the hashtag We Clean Planet, Clean Planet Day. Go to cleanplanet.com. Donate to them. They're helping make this world a cleaner, better, doper, cooler, safer, and more enjoyable place for your future generations, our future generations, our kids. You can use it as a tax write-off. You can use it as being a good motherfucking person. You can become a community leader. You can do whatever the fuck you want in the midst and creation of this structure, however you want. That's what's so beautiful and cool about it. So that's why I'll always rep for it. So go check that out. And please be sure to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell your best friends, cousins, corn husking Asian grandma at the grocery store throwing the corn husks on the floor and not the trash can about the Damn Dude motherfucking podcast. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Again, this season 3, episode 61. This is the Damn Dude podcast. I love you guys. This is your host, California Cal. Have a beautiful day. Much love. Peace.
Damn, dude.
Damn, dude.